extinction.
Hey guys, we're going to do a quick video here about Marvel's Infinity Stones and where they are following Doctor Strange. Now warning, this video is going to contain spoilers for Doctor Strange, so for those of you that have not yet seen it, please pause, go see the movie, or for those of you that are still with me, we're going to dive right on in. So the 6 singularities are the Infinity Gems, or the Infinity Stones, and this is what Thanos has been looking for. This is what the MCU is counting down to, and thus the appropriate name title, The Avengers Infinity War, which releases in May 2018. It's expected to have Thanos bring his galactic conquest to Earth and nab up the last of the stones and wipe out existence as we know it through the power of the Infinity Stones. And the first stone is the Space Stone, which allows mastery over, that's right, space. So we're able to create teleportation portals from one realm to another realm. It was originally with Odin, he lost it. It was rediscovered during World War II by Hydra. Then it was passed on to S.H.I.E.L.D. At that point, it was then given to Thor at the end of the Avengers as he took Loki back to Asgard to face trial for what he did on Earth. And it's right now with the Asgardians as far as we know. The second stone is the Reality Stone, which was originally introduced to us in Thor: The Dark World as the Ether. Now, unlike the other stones, which so far have been a solid, this one is a liquid. And one interesting characteristic of this thing is that it is able to inhabit an individual's body while in that form. Now, what we understand from Thor: The Dark World is Malekith wanted to take over the ether, absorb it into his body, and basically bring a altered reality where there's no light whatsoever. But Bor, who was Thor's grandfather, stopped him and took possession of it, and he hid it away. Once it was reclaimed, the Asgardians again had to deal with where to safely store this thing. So what the Asgardians elect to do at the end of the movie is they go and they deliver this to the Collector in Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, he is supposed to be safeguarding this. The kicker, though, is that when the Asgardians leave, Taneleer goes 1 down, 5 to go. So it leads me to believe that he's either working for Thanos or possibly just because of his nature, he's wanting to collect the stones for himself and he wants to hunt down the other stones to make sure he has a complete set. So our third stone is the Power Stone, and as you guess it, it imbues the owner of this one immense power. Now this was introduced to us in Guardians of the Galaxy on the planet Morag, and it has this kind of Indiana Jones opening sequence. It's hilarious. I love Chris Pratt's character, but the orb is what is encasing the Power Stone. It's able to decimate an entire planet from whoever is wielding it. So Thanos enters the picture in this movie, and he wants Ronan the Accuser, who's the Kree, to go and retrieve the gem for him. And in the process, he snatches the power gem for himself. He's going to go destroy Xandar, and all chaos ensues. So what we see is that the Guardians overcome, they end up winning, and they go and deliver the Power Stone to the Nova Corps to let them safekeep it in a storehouse in a vault of some type. The fourth stone is the Mind Stone, and it's probably the most intricately detailed one that we've seen so far. It was introduced in the Avengers with Loki coming to take over Earth as a gift from Thanos. And he ends up failing. It falls into the hands of S.H.I.E.L.D., which then was Hydra, and then eventually the Avengers reclaim it. All throughout this process, what we understand is that the scepter itself is actually a protective casing for the Mind Stone. And so between that, it has an AI embedded within the stone, which leads to Ultron. So what we end up seeing here is that the power source gets embedded into Vision. And he's got synthetic skin. It's laced with vibranium, guys. I mean, he's nearly indestructible, just like Captain America's shield and with Black Panther's armor that we saw in Captain America Civil War. So I'm going to be very interested here in the Infinity War movie when Thanos comes to claim the Mind Stone, how big of a battle we're going to get between him and Vision before he actually overpowers him and takes the stone from him. Fifth stone is the Time Stone, which manipulates space-time continuum. Now, from what we understand is that the Eye of Agamotto was passed down as a mantle relic from Sorcerer Supreme to Sorcerer Supreme, and that Agamotto himself inserted the green Time Stone inside of it. Now, we don't get an explanation for this. I'm leaning more toward maybe to hide it from potential threats, because it does require proper instruction and supervision to access the artifact to be able to use it. So to this point, the Eye of Agamotto is going to be a little bit of a mystery until we get that Doctor Strange sequel, or we see it referenced and maybe a little bit more details given about it in Avengers Infinity War. Last but not least, our sixth and final Infinity Stone is the Orange Soul Stone seen here in the middle of the Infinity Gauntlet, and it's yet to be revealed in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We don't know its current location, we don't know what the nature of its powers are, but a lot of good guesses is going to be November 2017's Thor Ragnarok movie. That's an assumption that a lot of fans and I myself have been making. I doubt it's going to be in the sequel to Guardians of the Galaxy, and I've even heard some people suggest it's going to be in Spider-Man Homecoming. I'm like, come on, get real now. The Infinity Stone has to have an established backstory, and the backstory for it in itself is mythology. It doesn't fit Spider-Man whatsoever, so I don't know who's coming up with that theory, but I'm totally not down for it. Now, as far as the Soul Stone's abilities, we've got to go to our comic book knowledge, because again, we don't know the nature of its powers in the MCU, but in the comics, it's been shown to control and steal souls of any being that's living or dead. So that's a very, very big thing to see for the MCU, and I'm really curious to see how those powers are going to translate directly into our big screen version when it does come out. Now, unfortunately, we do have to wait a little over a year before Thor Ragnarok, but that's going to be our telltale sign. I really have got a good gut feeling that Thor Ragnarok will be our tie-in for that last, sixth, and final Infinity Stone. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. Do me a huge favor, hit that like and the subscribe button. It does a lot for me. And if there's anything you want me to cover, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. Be glad to take a look at it, see what I can do, and get a video up on it. Other than that, guys, see ya.